You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
Skip bayonets.
Fix bayonets.
All right, we'll skip this intro. I want to go back to your calls. That guy was a troll earlier, I guarantee you, and he hung up. He gave up. Maybe he was real. I mean, I've run into simpering people like him, but usually they can't talk. The people that sign the petitions, to put all gun owners in forced labor camps, they're like, yeah, they are troublemakers. I feel kind of powerful talking about slave camps. I'm so liberal. Let's go to Bill in Illinois. Bill, you're on the air. Go ahead. Welcome.
Hey, that last caller, why does he call in and listen to your show if he doesn't like what you do or talk about?
Because he is a simpering maggot.
Well, I just want to give you a call. I was watching Fox News the other night. I watched that to remind me how bad that news actually is. Bill O'Reilly, believe it or not. And he actually had Jesse Ventura on there. He was on there with the interview with Alan Colmes on the radio the other day.
Oh, good.
And why do they demonize him so bad? I just don't get it. I mean, he makes more sense than you do than any of these idiots on Fox.
Well, they hate Ventura because he wouldn't be for the war. They had to pay out a $6 million contract. Or was it $9 million at MSNBC? And I don't agree with all of Ventura's politics, but he's the real deal. I mean, he's a real guy. He's just a blue-collar guy, with war hero parents. I think his dad had like 6 or 7 Bronze Stars in the Battle of the Bulge. But all that's a side issue. The point is just a good blue-collar, family from Minnesota, and they know he's got grassroots appeal, so they've been busy destroying him because they're scared of a third-party run. I mean, it's on record. The CIA visited him his first day as governor and basically tried to intimidate him. So they know that they don't control Ventura, so they don't like him. They're assassinating him. They're assassinating his character.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And I used to listen to Rush Limbaugh. We're talking 20 years ago. He was pretty good back then. But he's gone now. He's so pro-Bush, pro-Republican. I can't listen to the guy anymore,
Yeah, I mean, he'll admit Boehner and them have sold out and are trying to open the borders and all the rest of it. But he doesn't. I mean, he is completely deaf. He has a artificial ear. He doesn't sound like he used to. I don't want to sit there and attack the guy, but it's not the Rush Limbaugh that I heard 20 years ago.
I agree. You've done for globalists what he did for liberals back then, so...
Yeah, and I mean, I'm up against Limbaugh, not by choice. It was Ted Anderson and a guy named Michael Trudeau, the program director at the network. I was on at night, loved it. Great callers during the day, but statistically, you just get more folks home that are drunk, that call in, so you get some bad callers. But we have some good ones mixed in. But I like doing a nighttime show. I'm really awake then. I'm not really a morning guy. I mean, I get up in the morning. I feel pretty good, but not compared to nighttime. I'm a nighttime guy. I don't stay up real late, but I just, think my best from about 5 to 10 at night. And they said, no, you're going up against Limbaugh because nobody else will. We can get you affiliates. And they were actually right. It actually worked. And in more than 10 cities over the years, we've gotten better ratings than him on small stations. That's unheard of. Their answer is they always just get bought out and they put sports on or other talk radio. So it isn't just it's like I'm a race car driver that with a race car that isn't half as good has beaten the champions. And then what you get is a boycott campaign in the city to shut you off. You get their attention. Oh, Alex Jones is #1 in Orlando. Alex Jones is #1 in Rochester. Alex Jones is #1 in this Southern California town. Alex Jones is #1 in this area. And just like clockwork, I'm taking off the air. So that's what you get when you're #1. And no doubt, you line me up, fair shake, up against any of these people, I would destroy them in the ratings. It's just a fact, because I'm real. I'm not saying I'm in that good of a talk show. It's just compared to these people, I'm great, because people want to hear hardcore news. I appreciate your call. And it just shows how they try to suppress liberty. It's not that I'm popular. It's that freedom's popular. They just never let it get on the market. They try to suppress it so people don't know what's out there and what's available. But if you could ever get freedom in front of people, they'll choose it. They've just been like mushrooms in the dark getting fed poop for so long by Brian Williams, who vomits it out like the mama owl to the babies. Brian Williams pooping out his mouth to the little baby little babies out there, little baby viewers, that they don't know. They just think you live in the dark and are fed piles of horse manure out of the horse manure, horse butt that is the mouth of Brian Williams and Hillary Clinton. I'm sorry to be gross, but I mean, this is who these people are. When cells become toxic, they die early and aging sets in.